game. Absolutely not.
You could go to the game, big dog.
You could.
On the NFC side, it's Seattle's the number 1 seed. So
Yes,
Saturday at 4:30 is the Rams at Carolina. Sunday at 4:30 is San Francisco at Philly. And then Saturday night at 8:00, this is going to be a good one. Green Bay at Chicago.
Ooh, let's go, Josh Jacobs.
Will's
Damn,
back.
dude. If they wouldn't have lost Micah, man, whew, that was a big loss for Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some good games set up next week.
D-Man said Chip needs to stay his ass in college.
Oh, he's proven already that he's not. I mean,
Hey, some coaches are like that, bro. They're better in college. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shoot, sorry, y'all. My wife told me I had to calm down. Got too excited about Pete Carroll got fired.
I can see
You're
that.
too excited for someone's misery. You mean bastard.
Right?
Hey, bro. Pete Carroll put me through 16 games or 18 games of misery this year, bro. Are you kidding me? Have you seen
thank God the cap, that doesn't count against the cap. All this money that we've paid coaches, if that counted against the cap, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, that's just Mark. That's just
Thank
on Mark.
God.
Thank God our team is valuable now where they do have money.
If we were still in Oakland, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
He would have nothing to pay for guarantees. Nothing.
None. He would not have the investors he has now.
We'd be hiring Billy Bob, the head coach from the Tuscaloosa High School, as the head coach.
Yeah, you know what, Jay? You're right. I don't think Brady and them would have invested if they weren't in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would have. Yeah.
No. I mean, just look at how much the value of this team jumped when we moved from Oakland to Vegas. I mean, good God.
Yeah.
You know?
Bro, they own their own stadium now. I'd be like, that's the value. They got a whole stadium. I'd be like, let's be real, the Coliseum, bro. I love the history behind it and everything, but we didn't own it. Bro,
Which
we didn't
one?
have our own
Oakland
stadium.
or LA?
The Oakland Coliseum. When we were in Oakland.
Both. We didn't own either. We didn't own LA.
No, the LA Coliseum is owned by USC. That's theirs.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, bro, like it was a business decision and he made money. People don't like it, but at the end of the day, bro, if you own a business, you gotta make cash.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not in business to get poor. Oh yeah, I started my business so I could be poor.
Well, and that's what someone said to me. Well, do you think Tom Brady took part ownership so he can sabotage the team? I'm like, why would you invest in something and watch it die?
Yeah, bro.
Well,
to understand why Brady invested, you need to come to Vegas and see his face is plastered all over the street.
Everywhere, bro.
All over
out there,
bro. Yeah.
But you ain't gonna invest $300 million to freaking suck ass. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, bro, I just got $300 million. I'm gonna go make that team suck and make that organization suck.
Pockets get empty. Yeah, smart move.
That here to sabotage thing. Yeah, I never bought that. Like, why would you invest just to make your thing worse? Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Eric and I went at it yesterday about AOC.
Oh,
the Chief Killer. That's what we're gonna call him, bro. We're gonna call him the Chief Killer.
He's one of my captain members. He lives not too far from me either.
Yeah.
He was giving me all kinds of shit last night. I'm like, dude, he's in the game. He's playing well. Give him a break. He pretty much got the win for us yesterday.
Right. And it was funny. I was going to bring my fucking AOC jersey just to troll, but I forgot it. I didn't bring it. I knew he was going to play. I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, shit. They won.
Oh, and you're right, too. But that's why you never leave early. Because look at how that
people didn't leave early, did they? No. I mean, it wasn't full anyway, like full. Yeah.
No, but it's, you know what? In all honesty, because at one point during the game, they panned a nice shot of the stadium inside, and I even said it. I'm like, I can't tell if there's a ton of people because the seats are black.
The red stands out. That's the
red
part.
stands out.
Red
But
stands
I
out.
didn't even see a shit ton of red there in the camera angle they showed.
Yeah.
You know, were there a lot of Chiefs fan there or no?
There was a few. I wouldn't say a lot. I mean, I've seen more before. Yeah.
Well, I kind of.
You know what I did see of? I saw a lot of fans with just their team jerseys, like Eagles, Steelers, Cowboys, Niners.
Which I expect in a stadium, like in a city like Vegas, because you're getting people from all over the world, basically coming to Vegas for the entertainment purposes of going to Vegas. And if they catch a football game because the tickets are cheap, I mean, you guys weren't even thinking about going into the game on the other day, and then all of a sudden I see a picture of all you inside by the torch because Afakasi.
Well, what we ended up doing was just getting one just to get in.
Yeah.
And then I had got some pretty good deal down in the 100 section. So we stood by the torch and then we looked around to see if it was full or not. And then Afakazi wanted to go sit down. So then we walked down there and we saw a whole row. So we just sat on that row.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How much were they? Were they under $50 or
$60? Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, man! You can't beat that. To get inside Allegiant itself,
yeah.
It's worth the price just to get in there for the AC if it's hot enough outside.
No, well, it was cold outside, but
it's cold this time, bro. Right now it's cold.
Yeah,
because it's
what was cool though was being there for All in Autumn win, watching him light the torch.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too.
Yeah, bro.
So, and it's fitting that, which I'm sure he had this plan from the start, that his final game was going to be a Raider game. It makes sense, obviously. I mean,
for sure.
The fact that the Raiders organization acknowledged him to let him light the torch, I think that was the most awesomest thing that probably happened to him this season, was to get the
his family was there too. His dad,
really, good for him, man. Good for him, man. Think about the amount of money and time that's taken him to do that. I mean, I saw him at the beginning of the season, along with Will when he was here for New England, and to see him through the stages, and then to see him in Philly, and got to talk to him again face to face in Philly, and then watch his travel throughout the season, and then watch it end on such a high note for him. I mean, you could see it in his face in the video and the pictures that he was just excited as could be. So good for him.
Dude, we were all excited for him. Like when we all saw each other, the usuals, we all saw each other out in the parking lot. That's why we were going in, was to go see Brian. Like, we're gonna go stand by the torch to cheer on Brian. So then we were all there, and they were like, "Hey, Leo, we're on this side." We were all of us were just up there, man. And then he lit it. Then when he came down, I have another video when he was walking out with his dad, and we were all just cheering Brian. We're just saying Brian. And it was cool, man. That was a cool moment for him and his family. And then, of course, afterwards, too, after the game, they had a little celebration for him as well at the Whiskey, the little place across the street from J-Lot. So then even there, I think they presented him with a jersey, if I remember correct.
Really?
It says record breaker, something like that, and the number 56. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you. I want to ask you this, seeing as though you were at the game and in the tailgate. Did you see a supposed fight that went down between two chicks and a KC fan? Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
no, I didn't see
about that. I saw the
video. Yeah, I saw pictures pop up.
The video?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't have a video.
Send it to me if you have the video. I want to.
No, I don't.
I don't have the video. I saw the video.
I saw the picture. Let's put it this way. So the Chiefs fan was a guy. All right. Okay. So the cops have got him in handcuffs, and right here on his head, you could tell he's split right here, and there's all blood coming down the whole side of his face as he's being walked out by the cops. And it said I guess he supposedly attacked two female Raider fans. Well, I don't know if it was a bunch of male Raider fans that jumped his ass afterwards, or if it was the chicks who he attacked, beat the living shit out of him. And depending on what type of women he attacked, there's probably a good chance it was the women that beat the shit out of him if they were female Raider fans.
For real.
If that was Oakland, I'm sure the guy would be dead. First of all,
crazy. No, I didn't know.
But when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, I wonder if Leo saw that."
No, I didn't. No,
but I saw the videos of that, bro. That dude's face was pretty smashed in. But I mean, like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. If you a male trying to fight some females,
that's some hoe shit. Yeah.
That's some bitch shit. You needed to get checked. Your own group should have whooped your ass, bro. Never in my life have I seen a man go up there and be like to a woman and physically assault a woman over a football game.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. No, I didn't see that. Yeah.
So I'm
This
like,
happened
yo,
in the stadium.
outside,
No, it was
bro.
in
Outside
the
tailgate
parking
area.
lot. I forgot what lot it said. If it
It was
even
a-
mentioned a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't it. I don't feel when it happened. What time? I didn't see that go down at J, but we left J lot probably around 12:30 because we wanted to get inside to get by the torch. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I mean, like,
That
but that's so
crazy.
wild that both teams is booty and you out there fighting. I'm like, hey, the Chiefs, bro, you
Right.
out of the playoffs. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna? Oh, I'm so pissed off that my team sucks. Guess what? Sit right next to me on the couch, motherfucker. Been here
So
fucking
why
10
would
years
you
plus.
attack two females though? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just that's a bitch move in itself. First of all,
100%.
I don't care if they
I've never
walked up
seen
and
that
kicked you in the nuts, man. It's like check your surroundings, man. You're not in KC, first of all, so you ain't gonna have a lot of your own people come to your defense. And if they do come to your defense, they're as
Fuck
much
all
of a
that, dude.
pushbag as you are.
Crazy
Yeah.
part is I met the nicest KC fans yesterday.
Bro, people
One
are
was
super nice.
one was an older gentleman, bro. He's been a fan since like the Hank Graham days. Yeah, Frank Strand, whatever the fuck his name is.
Hank
Uh-huh.
And
Schramm.
then there was another family that was there. They were fucking cool as fuck. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't see no one get crazy like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
But hey, now that Pete's gone, you think Gino's over there trying to see when he's getting his pink slip?
Oh, I bet.
Writings on the
I'm
wall,
rolling
bro.
with
Right?
Writings on
That
the
was his
wall.
boo. That was his boo thing right there. Yeah.
His Boo Bear is gone.
Yep. Now they both
I mean,
gone,
like,
bro.
he just lost his binky, basically. His safety blanket's
Right.
gone.
He's
They're like, Papa Pete's not here to save you no more, big dog.
Nope. Yeah, shit out of luck, buddy. See ya.
He probably knows, bro. He probably knew that it was coming, and he's probably calling his agent like, "Yo, dog, where's the next stop?" Because
Like, we trying to get traded, or what we doing, dog?
what happened, dog? Like, line up some teams for me to go ahead and work
Pete's
out.
adopted son
Right.
with his two idiot stepbrothers.
He gonna be like, I don't mind being a backup to Lamar or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jeff, do you still have that picture from the taser from was it New Year's Eve?
Oh yeah, I do. I
told you, bro.
Did it go
That's
down like
exactly
this?
what happened this morning. That's exactly what happened this morning. Fucking Pete
Hang on.
shows up. Security was like,
Are we gonna go quietly, or are we gonna make it difficult, old man?
hey, do you think his card worked this morning
So-
at the facility?
So just to put some context to this, right? So the other night on a live show, somebody said something about, oh, you ought to make an AI image video of Pete getting tased, getting escorted out of the stadium. So
No, you
the show kept going, and while
Yes,
we're
bro.
talking, I'm in the background trying it out, trying to come up with. I can't do a video of it, but I came up with an image. This is what it came up with.
Oh my god,
That's exactly what happened this morning, bro.
that should have been our thumbnail, bro. That should have been our thumbnail.
All right,
Then make that the thumbnail for Wednesday's show, bro.
there you go.
Yeah,
I will. I can use that Wednesday.
that's crazy.
Well, the funny thing is, when I started putting the commands in for it, I'm like, can't do that because it shows physical harm to a real character, and I'm like, so I had to kind of play with the words a little bit, so that it came up with this. And then when it popped this up, I'm like, oh my god, this is absolutely perfect. It's fucking great.
So woke up, Pete gone. Like, look at Josh. Josh got to be excited that Pete's gone.
Oh, I bet, bro.
Oh, a lot
Shit,
of
people were joking. People were joking around about us being so bad that the quarterbacks aren't going to want to come out just so we don't draft them.
What up, bro? People are saying Mendoza's gonna go back to college as soon as he
Yeah,
found out
him
the Raiders were
more
gonna-
and Mendoza. They're like, fuck that,
Like, I'm good.
right? Oh man, who should be the backup once the Raiders draft Fernando? We already got the backup, bro.
AOC could be a backup. We got plenty of backups.
I'm not. Yeah,
Right.
that's the one thing that was part of the argument yesterday. Is like we've got a legitimate backup. You know, if I have to count on AOC to come in and fill in if somebody gets hurt, whether it be half a game or a game or two, where I'm not going to be nervous. Like, oh shit, I'm more nervous if Pickett comes in. I mean, he showed it yesterday that he's not the guy. I mean, as soon as ALC 12 got in there, I mean, they moved the ball. They didn't score touchdowns, but again, it was two pointless teams playing each other.
They got in field goal range.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, man.
Hey, look who's calling me right now.
Hey.
Who?
Mike. From Raw.
He's excited. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Put him on speaker. Tell him.
Oh, I don't hear
That's
nothing.
great. No, he's talking and he's telling him first before he lays. Let's make sure. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I got Mike on here with us. See, Mike, say hi. You got myself, Leo, Will, and Jay Raider on here with us.
What's going on, fellas? How you doing? Happy New Year to everybody.
What's going on,
New Year,
brother?
big dog.
What's going on, bro? Happy New Year.
Can you hear them? Okay. So what's up, my guy?
So what's going on, fellas? Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year. They said they can hear you. You can hear them, right?
Oh, okay. How's it going?
Good. We're all in kind of happy mode right now. You missed Will jumping around like a Mexican jumping bean over there. He was so excited. He was hopping all over the screen. He was so excited.
He was, bro. He was bouncing around like a tigger on his backyard. Oh shit, that was funny.
So what's your how do you feel about all this?
I've been calling this for like 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. I mean,
yeah, it was way overdue. No two ways about it.
I'm just glad that start fresh, make it clear who's running the show. You said Spy Tech, and obviously Brady's going to be involved a lot more now, and make good decisions. Go find your coach. Go through the process. Interview as many coaches as I think it takes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, the good thing is the letter that Mark Davis put out, basically saying that it's Spy Tech that's going to be leading the charge. That right there tells me everything. Leo and I started off with that when we started.
All of operations. That's what we've been needing.
Yeah. Well, it shows that there's going to be a chain of command, which is what we need.
Yeah.
There's going to be a flow.
Structure. We need structure. We need that guy who's going to take the hit in the fall and not, who's running it, who's not running it. So, putting that out for the new year. I think Raider Nation's happy about that. We got the win yesterday. We're all happy about that. Obviously, we got secured #1 pick. Most of us are happy about that. Just depending who we're going to pick. Obviously that's Spy Tech, and whoever else is running it is going to have to make a big decision. It's going to change our franchise, from here on out, for the future, next 10 years, So just like there's a lot of negative the past couple of seasons when, we didn't hire Bisaccia and we ended up hiring Josh McDonough. Look at that, put us back 4 or 5 years because of that decision.
Hey, I got to get going. I got to get back on the road, but you guys keep it going, man. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, Jay and Jeff.
All right, Leo.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
All right, Leo.
It'll be a good one.
All right, peace out, big dog.
All right,
Jeff, I was calling you to see your take, and obviously you guys are on live, and that's awesome, and you guys keep doing what you're doing, man. Raider Nation needs to hear a lot of realness, a lot of perspective. Obviously, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah, well, I woke up to it. I heard Dawn saying something to me like, "Hey, the Raiders fired Pete Carroll." I said, "Where'd you hear that?" She goes, "Yahoo." I said, "Oh, hold on." So I'm like, let me make sure this is legit before I stop reaching out to people. And then I finally realized that, all right, so it is legit. And then I turn my computer on, and Leo calls me. He goes, "Hey, let's go live." I go, "Okay." So fired it up, and he's on his way back from Vegas. He's not even home yet. He goes, "I got to pull over and charge the car, and then I'll hop on." So, but we got Will on here with me now. Leo just left, and then and we got Raider J. Are you home right now?
No, actually, I'm working today. So, just getting the news like everybody else, and we talk on the side, Jeff, all the time. And I was thinking, what's going on with Jeff? And you guys are on the show, so that's perfect. Getting the news out there and different perspectives from a lot of Raider Nation, and that's what we all need, and come together and just make the right decisions, man. And I'm just glad Mark Davis finally made that decision. Like, hey, this guy's running it, and I have the confidence in him. And he did throw in Brady in there, right?
The letter does read that.
So
for any, I'm going to put it back up on the screen. So if anybody hasn't seen it yet, so basically it says the Las Vegas Raiders have relieved Pete Carroll of his duties as head coach. We appreciate and wish him and his family all the best. Moving forward, General Manager John Spytek will lead all football operations in close collaboration with Tom Brady, including the search for the club's next head coach. Together, they will guide football decisions with a shared focus on leadership, culture, and alignment with the organization's long-term vision and goals. Signed, Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. There you go, Mark.
Yep.
I'm proud of you. Good for you, Mark, for finally making that decision and saying, hey, you know what? I don't know too much about what's going on the football side of it. I'm going to let these guys do it, the professionals, and making that decision, I think, it's clear. They know, for a minute, we're like, is Pete Carroll running it? Because, they gave Pete Carroll everything that he wanted, right? And it didn't work out. So let's get the head coach. Who do you guys, what are you thinking, Jeff? Who do you want as head coach? Obviously, there's a lot of names out there and rumors, and who would you like to see?
I'm if I have to choose right now, I'm in on Kubiak. I don't know, Will. Who are you preferring? Do you have a preference?
Fuck anybody besides Pete Carroll right now.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. Pete's gone.
So yeah, I'm there with Kubiak. I'm there with Shula. There's a lot of young guys. I just want to go younger. I don't want to go older. I don't want to get a retread. I want somebody that's new, somebody that's like, you know what? I'll take a Kubiak. I'll take a guy from the McVay tree, somebody that just has some sort of semblance that can contact with their young guys. I'd be like, Pete Carroll is 105 years old. He has nothing in common with the 22-year-old.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's something that I'm looking, just youth movement, man, youth movement.
It's still people saying like, "Oh, let's bring back Gruden," even though I know this guy's probably bullshit, but bullshitting. But trust me, I've heard it from legit Raider fans already. Like, "Oh, let's bring Gruden back." I'm like, "Hell no, man, no."
I told you everybody
it would have been nice for him to finish out his contract, but the NFL is always looking, always to get the Raiders somehow, some way, right? That's what it always seemed like, and that's what it is. It's not what it seemed like. That's what it is. But no, I'm on board too. Kubiak, there's a lot of names out there, but we need a young offensive-minded coach. Even if it's a DC coach, look at Mike McDonald in Seattle. Look at what a great job he's doing in Seattle.
Yeah.
Young guy, brings his whole system in, and and obviously Clint Kubiak works under Mike McDonald, so they're winning, and look at Sam Darnold. Jeez, I'm saying back-to-back 14-win seasons. So yeah, I just think they just say interview as many people as they can and get get the whole spill from other coaches as well. But I'm leaning toward the offensive-minded coach. I even heard something about Cliff Kingsbury might be coming. Interview, but I don't know about that. I think he got a little,
Well, his name's been getting thrown around the last few days. Actually, I've only heard his name in the last few days. Prior to that, I didn't hear much of anything prior to last week.
Exactly. But it's always good, Jeff, to talk to you and the guys, the fellas.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah,
same, brother.
But no, just excited, and it was good. It was good to finally see another win. Right, we got the first win, Jeff, in Boston when we went.
Yep.
And then the last win in KC.
Hey, I look at it this way: with the new head coach coming in here with a flashy new #1 pick, we got 2 games on the East Coast with the Raiders coming out here, so hopefully it'll be a better time at the game. Well, the New England game was fine because we won that one. But
Well, you've seen the new schedule, right? Well, the schedule that came out.
Yeah.
With the remaining teams, we got New Orleans again.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's fun. That's always a fun place to be at. Fun, but definitely New York and Boston on the map. As far as Raw Nation, we're doing some events and some things out there. So a lot of work, man. A lot of work behind the scenes. We all know that. Will does this thing, Travel Brigade, and you're doing your thing with the Black Hole Chapter President, Will, Jeff, and want to see you guys. And like I said, I think we're all just want to just win, man. And winning is starting the way we're going to start. Clean slate, and let's move forward. Let's get the number one pick. And who you think of our number one pick?
Well, now that we're not going to have Pete here, then if whoever comes in here thinks that Mendoza's the guy, then go for it. As long as we take care of the offensive line in free agency, even if we just add Lindenbaum alone, makes a big difference. But I just think better coaching in this offensive line will be fine. So I'm all in on Mendoza. If they think that he's the guy that's going to propel this team and move us into the right direction to the future, then let's do it.
What do you think about the rookies that played Rogers and Grant? What do you think about those guys? I think they played this past game.
Rogers looked okay. Grant looked like he was getting pushed around a little bit out there. But again, it's how much time has he gotten in prior to? He hasn't had a lot of time out there. I'll tell you who looked horrible yesterday was Glaze. Glaze was getting lit up nonstop yesterday. Oh my God. Jones was everywhere in that team against us yesterday, man. We couldn't stop him worth crap. But Glaze was just getting pushed around like a little school kid.
We slowed him down.
That might be another position we need to look at strongly too. We feel like Glaze been holding it down, but we need to get bigger and stronger at every position on the line. Because Colton Miller gonna hold up next year. He was hurt a lot of the season. There's a lot of addressing definitely JPJ coming up in injury too. And find a place for him. Is he gonna be center? They're looking at trying to get that Raven center. To free agency or whoever it may be, but. I feel like, draft Mendoza, go jump back in the first round and grab another old lineman. Grab the best old lineman in the first round. That's available. That's what I mean.
I mean, we've got options. That's the good thing. We're not pigeonholed into sticking with that number one either. We've got options. We can. There's a lot of different directions we can go with this. So it'll be interesting. I mean, I really, my whole feeling is until we get that new head coach in here and we know what his philosophy is potentially going to be, then I think we can have a better set as to what we think is going to happen with the draft. Like, what direction are we going to go? Do we think we're going to take the number one pick, or are we going to stop playing and move around a little bit? It depends on who comes in here. Seriously.
It might be a bit, we're looking at Kubiak, right? I mean, when can they start talking to these coaches? Obviously, he's in the playoff run and the whole 9 yards. So, it might be a little bit of time, but sooner than later,
Yeah.
But, it's always good guys talking to you guys.
Yeah, same here, man.
Damn, brother.
See you later, Will. You guys have be blessed, man.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be talking soon, man.
All right, man. Take care. Later. Bye. He's so awesome. I love that guy. So anybody that didn't know, that's Mike from Raiders Against the World out in Cali. So I had met him. I had talked to him for quite a bit last year prior to the season even starting on, setting up the weekend party stuff for the New England trip. And then when he finally came out here and I got to meet him for the first time, the dangerous thing is him and Will together. Because they're both so energetic and they're both like complete hype guys, and which is awesome. And you get the two of them together, forget it. Oh my God, that was a blast, man. That was a good weekend. So I look forward to that again.
It's gonna be electric in the NYC. I'm telling you guys like that, man. Yeah. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
I know some people were talking about in the chat last night, and I think Jason even said it in the show about the possibility of or maybe it was Duncan, Glaze moving inside to guard as a possibility.
You can move him. I mean, like, dude, that's a possibility. Here's the thing.
He is just not holding it down out there by himself on that island.
Well, and that's the thing. We have to bring in another right tackle, right? We have to evaluate the coaching there. Yeah. That's where Brendan Carroll was so key. An offensive line coach gives you a lot, man. I'm like, without an O-line, we all know we don't do shit.
Right, money.
So I'd be like, at the end of the day, man, we have to look at that and say, was this a Brendan Carroll experiment that went wrong? Or because, I mean, like, DJ Glaze was not this bad last year.
No, he was not.
No offensive lineman was this bad last year. So at the end of the day, I'd be like, we got to look at the coaching and say, hey, man, fucking Brandon Carroll was a POS O-line coach. I'd be like, we have to reevaluate. The guy that comes in has to look at his line and say, bro, what do I got? And really, the video for this year is shit.
So this goes back to last night on Jay and Jay show with Will and them. You think Max Crosby is going to the Bears or at least get traded? I finished my show last night, and then I saw that they were still on, so I got in the chat, and I sent Will a message during the whole thing. I said, I'm just busting balls and it's just trying to just to fucking stir the shit. And
I started hearing this shit. I was like,
yeah. Well, I took the bait and I just kept going with it, and I was just having fun with it. To the point where I spent a fucking $10 super chat. That's how committed to it I was. The whole I went angry on Max yesterday on the show. Jay show.
I know, bro.
I was just fucking get rid of him. I'm done with him.
Started getting real. Started getting real, bro. I was like, that
was my entertainment last night, man. That was fun. I was live for a long goddamn time yesterday, so I was a little punch drunk, basically. I'm punch happy. I was like, I'm having fun with this.
I'm gonna talk some shit.
I mean, who knows what Max now? I mean,
I'm telling you right now, I'm like I like the move right now because of the fact that Max Crosby is going to see that we're making a move and not waiting. I mean,
in all honesty, though, Will, he's seen this move how many times now since he's been here?
No, not this clean cut. Not this clean cut. Last year, we waited. Last year, we didn't know what we were going to do.
What do you mean this clear cut?
Bro,
Mike McDaniel's
last year, by Tuesday, we figured out that AP was gone.
Yeah, so it's one day longer.
This year, 8 a.m. sharp. 8 a.m. sharp.
All that shit was done up before that game ended yesterday. I guarantee.
And that's what I'm saying. There's no
indecision. They let them celebrate that win, bro. They were gonna do them dirty.
Which was, I think, the right thing to do. Don't do it right away after the game. If we would have lost, that should have been right then. Yeah.
But I'd be like, I feel like, hey, they made the decision, and then the statement that they just made, the statement that they came out with saying, hey, we're going to get a clear direction of leadership. We're going to have a clear direction of who to hold accountable.
Yeah.
That's a totally different direction that the Raiders have done for years.
Yeah, but again, you said clean cut. I mean, again, doesn't get any more clean cut than in the middle of the season and you fire your head coach. I mean, again, Max has been here through how many coaching changes now since he's been here? And one of them cut in the middle. Actually, two of them cut loose in the middle of the season. One on his own accord because he stepped down. The other one, we were just awful. And Mark Davis is like, screw this guy. He's gone. And in the middle of the season, axes McDaniels. AP got strung along for a couple of days too long, unfortunately. That wasn't fair to him. I thought that was a bunch of bullshit last season. I do like the fact that, yes, first thing Monday morning, it's a new business day. Boom, drop the axe right away. Let's get this out there. And I think the other thing, too, is because you've got time where they can contact like a Kubiak because he's on a bye week right now. They can discuss with him like virtually. They can't go and meet him in person. He can't come to the facility, but they can talk to him virtually and get a feel. Because if it comes to the point where they don't think he's the guy, let's find out now. If his intention is like, no, I want to stay here in Seattle, then let us know that now. So we can scratch him off the list and move in a different direction. So, I mean, that's the good thing is we're not setting ourselves up to have to wait weeks and weeks and weeks from now. We can jump on this right now because we're the first team. Oh, no, we're the second team to fire someone.
No, but you just said something.
We're the only team that. We're the only.
Yeah.
Atlanta shit can't. So there's only. Well,
if you look at Tennessee shit can their guy after we beat them. Remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you look at what those other teams have to offer, we still offer the best option right now because we have the number one pick.
Right.
So that's the golden apple right there. That's the forbidden fruit sitting right there. That number one pick.
And you know what? Like you said, we're early to the party this year. Bro,
Mhm.
last year I felt we were late. We were
we're on the
interviewing
clock.
just like literally guys like the bottom of the barrel by the time we got there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, now we're early, we're there, we're looking at whatever's there. And I'd be like, you guys know early bird gets the worm, baby. And that's facts when it comes to NFL coaches.
As
Bro,
far
you
as
got to be
Gino,
the
though,
first one in the door.
Gino can't be cut until after until like June, because if we
June
cut him
1st.
now, it's too much of a hit on the
You can
cap.
designate. You can release him like in March, and then designate as a post June 1st cut. So you can send. That's what we did to. Who did we do that to? We did that to Minshew.
Last year,
Yeah, we let him go in March, and I think we designated as a post June 1st cut, and then we were able to go ahead and not like save some money there or whatever, however that worked out. But I think we did it with that one. I could be mistaken.
no, and I agree, Money Chuck. I think Glaze needs some more time to perfect his craft. But again, I'm still going to hold coaching accountable on this. You know,
Okay,
the fact that line regressed so bad from the same guys that we had last year. Throw in Kappa. Forsyth only came in because Miller got knocked out for the season. I still attribute some of Glaze's downside to the coaching and the other players too. Like JPJ, prior to him going down with an injury, wasn't looking that great either. He looked better, but he looked better than Glaze, that's for sure. But he still wasn't 100% perfect, or where you want him to be. For a second-year player, you wanted to see him excel even more, and we just weren't seeing that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what a whole new coaching staff can do for this line.
Talking about that, Jeff, I got a list here of all the expected potential head coach candidates this offseason, right? All of them. It says here, Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula, Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hatley, Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak, Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady, Coach DC Lou Amorano, 49ers DC Robert Saleh, Jaguars DC Anthony Campanelli, Jaguars offensive coordinator Grant Udisky, Vikings DC Brian Flores, Broncos QB coach David Webb, Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy, Chiefs defensive coordinator Spagnuolo, Commanders offensive coordinator Kings Cliffberry, ex-Dallas head coach Mike McCarthy, ex-Giants head coach Brian Daboll, ex-Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce, Bucks offensive coordinator Josh Grizzards, Cowboys offensive coordinator Clayton Adams, Texans DC Matt Burke, and Giants interim head coach Mike Kafka.
That's a big list.
That's a huge list.
That's a huge list, and there's some talented guys on that list, and then there's some not so talented guys that I want nothing to do with on that list.
I agree.
AP being one of them. Sorry. Been there, done that. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm there with you. I'm just saying, I'm like, I just read off a list, man. And you're going to tell me we got to turn every stone. We got to make every single phone call. We got to get in contact with every single GM. And the time is now. Not tomorrow, not next year. We better be calling everybody right now. That way, when they're like, agent goes like, hey, man, we're not interested in going there. Good. Let's eliminate them. Let's make that list smaller.
So right now,
potential.
So right now, the head coaching vacancies in the NFL are Arizona, Gannon got fired, Vegas, New York Giants, obviously, Daboll was fired in the middle of the season, Cleveland Browns, Stefanski's gone, Tennessee, Callahan was gone earlier, and Atlanta fired Raheem Morris. General manager vacancies are Atlanta Falcons and Miami Dolphins. So right now, Dolphins have requested interviews with several GM candidates. So let's see. Alec Halliday from the Eagles, R.J. Gillen, the 49ers assistant GM, Tariq Ahmad, the 49ers vice president of player personnel, Josh Williams, the 49ers director of scouting and football operations, John Eric Sullivan, Packers vice president of player personnel, and John McKay, Rams assistant GM. Let's see. Try to see if there's a. Jesus Christ, look at this. So 2021, John Gruden resigns. 2022, Josh McDaniels hired. 2023, McDaniels out. 2024, Antonio Pierce hired. 2025, Pierce out. 2025, Carroll hired. 2026, Carroll fired. So 1, 2, 3. So 4 coaches from 2021 to 2025. God damn it. I hate seeing that. So Raiders ranks under Mark Davis. Win percentage, .382. Fifth worst. Fifth worst. Playoff appearances, 2. Tied second fewest playoff wins, 0. Tied fewest point differential, 5.7 per game, second worst. Coaches, 9, tied for the most. Will be 10 post Pete Carroll. So under Mark Davis's tenure, we've had 9. We'll have actually 10 different coaches since he's been here already.
Wow. How many did we have before Mark took over?
Quite a bit.
Right. I think he's about to catch up.
I mean, like him and his dad, bro.
No, here's an update.
Like they change underwear.
Here's an update. Titans have requested interviews with the first 4 head coaching candidates. So Matt Nagy, the Chiefs coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, Vance Joseph from the Broncos, and Louis Anarumo from the Colts. So that's who the Titans are bringing in right now.
Fantastic. I want none of those guys.
Looks like Zach Taylor's going to be staying in Cincinnati because there was another one they were talking about possibly getting fired. He's staying. Still uncertainty on John Harbaugh, so he could possibly be another option at some point.
Bro, if John Harbaugh becomes available, the Raiders need to call immediately. You're talking about a culture.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be completely opposed to that, to be honest with you.
I love the way that they changed culture.
Mm-hmm.
No, those people, coaching is in their motherfucking DNA.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's what they were born to do. And that's why every single program they go to changes.
Yeah, I can't find any more info. That's all I have right now for what possibilities are. I mean, everybody's going to have a different, I get Mako's question. Everybody's going to have a different take on the head coach. I mean, there's going to be very few that I think everyone's going to pretty much agree on.
Right.
I think the consensus so far from what I've seen is Kubiak's been the one that most people are saying, hey, that's who we should bring in.
He is probably the heavy favorite for the fan base.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of if he wants to leave Seattle or not.
Yeah, and that's how,
or another option somewhere else.
That's what I was saying on last night's show with Will, is that we don't know. There's some rumors that he might not even come out this offseason for a head coaching gig. There's nothing is guaranteed that he wants that aspiration. So that's something first we need to determine. And then second, is he down to come in and interview here in Vegas? If that's what he's looking to. So a couple hurdles with that one. For me, it's Mike LaFleur, and then I think Kubiak is like maybe probably like 1B, but 2 for sure. My second choice.
I think those are the 2 most common ones I've heard. Is definitely LaFleur and Kubiak. And I agree with Big Luck. Basically, if the coaches that we're narrowing it down to are for some reason playing in the Super Bowl, as soon as that Super Bowl's over and as soon as we can hire them, it needs to be done right then and there. So yeah, it needs to be locked up before or around Valentine's Day, because then it's like, all right, all hands on deck. Let's get this shit going in the right direction. Spytech's already going to hopefully have his game plan laid out so he can put it in front of the coach and say, listen, this is who I'm looking at on the draft board. Let's get your intake on this because I want to know what you're going to be running, your offensive coordinator, what he's going to need, your DC, what he's going to need. And if this is done right, like you see other NFL teams do it right and are consistent every year in the playoffs, fighting for a championship. If it's done in that manner and it's set up the right way, this could be the biggest offseason we've ever had. I already said that this number one pick is going to be the biggest thing that's going to set us going forward if it's done right. Everything now that Pete's gone is going to set us up for future, whether we fail or we succeed.
100%.
So Raiders, listen to me right now. If you're watching this podcast, I'm telling you right now, get this shit dialed in. Let Spytech do his GM job.
Yep.
Get this shit going in the right direction. I've been a fan of this team for 50 years. I ain't got much time left on this earth to wait for us another 40 years to see another Super Bowl. I want to see one before I fucking shuffle off this earth. All right? So do your homework on everything possible. Vet everybody and anybody you're thinking about drafting. Anybody you're thinking about bringing in as a coach, coordinator, whatever. Do your job the right way and get this shit going in the right direction. It's time. This is our time from now going forward. This is the nation's time to come back and come back stronger than ever and put a stamp on this organization and solidify Vegas as our home now. It's going to be here for a long time, so we got to get used to it, whether you like it or not, whether you're old school from Oakland, LA, whatever. This is where we are now. We got to build this going forward, and this is the first building block that Pete Carroll's going now and move forward in the right fucking direction. And don't screw it up.
Damn, mic drop. Hey,
That's
should we just end the show now?
Pretty
Should
much.
we just end the show?
All right, everybody.
All right, everybody, go home.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.
See you later.
Well, you know what it is? I'm tired of this merry-go-round bullshit with coaches and
100%.
coordinators and GMs and finally Mark Davis maybe pulled his head out of his ass and said, all right, listen, I got to put my big boy pants on and I got to let my GM do his GM job.
Right.
Yeah, I know that the Raider organization is still fairly new to the whole GM thing because Al Davis ran the team in that capacity for the longest time until he passed away. McKenzie did a decent job when he came in because Mark was still in his infancy as far as running the team. But now that he's gotten older and he wants to be more involved as an owner, he wants to try and be like his dad, but he's never, unfortunately, Mark, I love you, but you're never going to be a dad. Okay.
No.
It's just not going to happen. Closest you're going to get to being like your dad is the name and the fact that you own the Raiders and you're a Davis, plain and simple. Let your GM do his job, plain and simple. Just back off of him and don't be involved in the coaching decision. I mean, obviously they're going to come to you and say, this is who we're picking. And then you have to give your final stamp of approval because you're the one that's going to work the contract. I get that part. But don't sit there and say, no, I don't want him. I want this guy instead. Don't do that shit. Please don't.
Yeah. I think you're 100% right. I think you just need to go ahead and Mark has to go ahead and really entrust his people that he's bringing in, right? And that's really how he's going to head and really find success. You said it perfectly. He's not his dad, but I think for him to find success, he has to go through this route. The way that his dad operated the team is a different time. The NFL was completely different back then, And at a point, you saw Al Davis even struggle to try to get this team to be mediocre at times. We're mediocre a lot of the years, but sometimes we struggle even with that. I mean, this is not the first time we've had a season like this, right? This is like, I don't know how many times this is our go around we're at with this specific type of season. So the NFL adapts quickly, and I think the blueprint's out there. Our thing is that we're always trying to reinvent the wheel. We're always trying to like be the first to kind of do something outside of the box. With this league, it's so copycat. You can't really do too much outside of the box because then you have seasons like this. I think you have to go ahead and trust the process, trust your people that are in the building, and let them go ahead and work, right? Let them go ahead and cook and do their thing and figure this thing out. And this is where we said, me and Will last night, this is really John Spytek's prove it year. This is the year two because now he's going to be looking for a head coach. He's going to be in charge of that free agency now, and he's going to be running that draft, right? So those are three big things that he's going to be tasked with. So now we're really going to see, does this guy really know what the fuck he's doing, or was he really lucky the first time around? But I think Mark has to really let go of control, let go of the reins, and let his guys work. Let Spytek work. I still think Brady's not going to do a whole lot. I think he's just going to be there more as an advisor, and the guy who, if you need him to bring in people to go ahead and interview, he's going to be the guy that brings the juice. But that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, also for an intimidation factor, he could be in on the interviews type of thing too.
Fucking intimidation, my ass.
Well, you know what I mean.
Intimidating?
Not so much intimidating, but like I get you. Almost like a friendly face too, in a way, I guess. If he's familiar with somebody, they might be a little bit more at ease. It might be easier to answer questions and lay their game, especially if you're bringing in them and they're going to be talking about offensive plays and such like that. I would respect Brady's opinion on stuff like that, of course. I mean, the guy's a proven champion. There's no two ways about it. As much as I can't stand the motherfucker, he's still part of this organization now, which it still pains me. But, if, say, Kubiak comes in and he starts talking about offensive play calls and what his vision is for the offense, and if Tom Brady can agree to that same vision and seeing going forward what he's got in his mind, it may help the decision be easier. Like, hey, this might be the guy. I could run this offense if I came out of retirement type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So real quick, Frenchie John Paul says, yeah, he's been in Seattle Seahawks draft room. So that's pretty cool. Would you work for them or something? He's on the staff of Seattle. We got a super chat here from G-Fam on Jay's channel. Jeff, should we trade for Max with a $2 super chat? Yeah, we should. I'm still on board. I am on board with it, just not as vicious as I was last night. Last night was just to be funny because
I was like, God damn, bro.
I was having fun with it.
No,
I saw how much. Right here. You know what it was? I took the bait when you put that up, so I'm like, oh, I'm just having fun with this. And then G-Fam took the bait of me being all in on it and just being vicious. I'm like, I just gotta keep this going because G-Fam's just making it too much fun now. So I am not.
No,
I am
no
not,
Kingsbury. No Dingleberries.
Yeah.
Zero Dingleberries here, bro.
I am not actively pushing for Max to be traded. Basically, what I'm saying is if a team comes calling that they think he's the final piece of their puzzle and they offer us the right deal, you're crazy not to even entertain the thought and listen to what they got to offer. And if you want to counter, you got every right. And if it helps the team going forward, I'm all for it. But I'm not actively out there going, hey, you want Max? Do you want Max? Do you want Max? No. Oh, thank you. Wasn't expecting that. Thanks, honey. Yeah, Frenchie show's over. I didn't ignore your super chat. I saw it. It's just taking me a while to get through them. Plus my little tirade I went on. So.
Oh man. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something though, Jeff. I like Clint Kubiak. The reason I like Clint Kubiak is because this is the only dude that we are looking at as an offensive guy that is actually making his own play calls. He's the one making the play calls. He's gone and played with different quarterbacks. So he's had to adjust his system to different quarterbacks. He's had experience managing the game.
Yeah.
On at least one side of the ball. And I think that's what makes Kubiak a better fit than all those guys that are younger on the other side of the or on the offensive side of the ball. Matt LaFleur has never made a play call. Never made a play call. Shula is a defensive coordinator. He has to bring in a strong offensive coach.
And if he doesn't, then we're screwed.
Exactly. So if you look at it, that's why I believe Clint Kubiak is not head and shoulders. Like, I'm not going to say head and shoulders, but he got a little bit of an inch or two above the other guys that are younger because he's made the play calls. He's been in those situations, and he's had to adapt his game plan to different quarterbacks.
100%. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And I was telling you guys, we were having that conversation last night after the show. It's like now we're having to go through this whole process again. And me and Jeff were here, and we're doing the shows where we're going over the head coach candidates and who's going to be hired for OC, DC, and on all that, and how free agency is going to look and the draft. So we're back in it officially again, and
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Hopefully, this is the last year we have to do that. And
I don't want to keep doing this.
Yeah, maybe next year we can actually have a real off season, bro. You know what I mean? We can have a real off season where we don't have fucking
where the game ends and we're not all like waiting for the news to drop. Like you knew this was coming.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you didn't think this was coming, then you live under a goddamn rock and you don't watch the team.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the game was over yesterday, I can't tell you how many times I refreshed every page I have up, like ESPN, NFL, the Raiders homepage, CBS. It constantly just kept refreshing, just waiting for that news to drop, checking X, checking Instagram constantly throughout the shows yesterday after the game, just waiting for that shoe to drop. I thought for sure, but I think because we won, that's the reason why they held it until today.
Yeah. Got another super from
Yeah,
Chief.
what's up, Bueno? The cycle continues.
The cycle continues.
What's up, man? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Ohio. What up, baby? What's cracking?
That's where Yo Raid is from. Youngstown,
make
Ohio.
sure you hit up our boy Yo Raider out there.
So G-Fan with a $5 super chat. Who is the best QB developer head coach on the market? P.S. Have a Dunkin' coffee on me. Thanks. Good, because I'm running low already. See, that's considered low for me because I know that won't last too long.
I just drank my warm coffee. I drink warm coffee in the winter.
Who's the best QB developer head coach on the market? If I'm going QB developer, and he's just proved it again last year, not so much this year because of injuries. Cliff Kingsbury. I know people don't really want him, but I mean, if we're talking QB developer, I kind of got to go with him.
I'll disagree on that
fine,
because
you don't have to be so aggressive about it, though. Jeez.
Yeah, but I'll be like, if we're looking at I disagree. Look at Kyler Murray. Like, he drafted Murray, and Murray has been a complete disaster.
He didn't draft him.
That's who he got.
That's who he inherited.
Well, he got Kyler Murray either right after.
He came in the year after, I believe.
Yeah. And did he develop him? No. And then if you look at the Commanders this year, right after Jaden Daniels, who's a special talent, went down, Mariota hasn't really
Mariota didn't look that bad. I'm sorry. He looked better than he did at any point when he played for us. I'll say that much.
He did look better than when he played for us.
He should. I'd be like, how many more years of experience does he have?
It doesn't matter, though, but he adapted to what Mariota does. What I'm getting at is he can adapt based on the talent of the quarterback. That's what a good coach does. That's the problem. That's what we haven't had, is when we have a certain quarterback and we don't adjust to what he does best, which is why with Mendoza, you have to make sure that that's the way you're going to run this kid. You have to go based on his strengths and his weaknesses and develop a game plan. You're going to build around this kid, plain and simple. We've already got 2 building blocks already. You got a great running back, and you got the best tight end in the game, even though he was injured for a good chunk of the season. So you've already got two great building blocks right there. You got a run game if you beef up the O-line. Now fix the O-line. Again, build around this kid. Build this franchise for him. In all honesty, I hate to say this, but I know you guys aren't going to agree, but in all honesty, fuck the defense for now. Let's get this offense right. Seriously, not fuck the defense like let's just get rid of everybody, meaning let's put all our eggs into one basket right now and build around the number one pick. You protect him. You build this team right because you don't want this kid getting hurt. You want this team to move forward, and the defense will fall in place. Even if we've got a horrible defense and we're giving up 24 points a game, if our offense is clicking with what we've got right now, we can outscore another team, possibly. You know, so I just I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we need to build. You don't build around a defensive player. In other words, is what I'm also saying.
Yeah, what I hear you, and I am in agreement. I don't think you need to put all your eggs in one basket because I think offensively, outside of just like the offensive line and the wide receiver one, the quarterback, we got the number one pick. We can choose. We basically decide our own fate right there, and most likely it's going to be Mendoza. So I don't think you need to go ahead and put in a lot of stuff, a lot of eggs in that basket. I think you need a few eggs to go ahead and really, propel that basket, right? To go ahead and really strengthen up that O line and get a guy that can be an actual threat out there, right? Defensively, I think you start drafting guys. We started last year, but I think you go in a little bit heavier this year. This is the thing, free agency, bro. Spytek has to be way more aggressive this time around. He can't sit on his hands like he did last year, and I think it was a lot of Pete made him sit on his hands, but now he has full control. They put that shit out there, so they're like, "Hey, kid, this is your team to run now. Put us in good shape. Start building the future." So it's his team to run. So now I think we're gonna see a different Spytek in free agency. I think there's some pieces there. I don't know if necessarily Devin White will return. I think he maybe did enough to kind of live to fight another day, fight another season. I should say. And just because that's Spytek's guy, so I think in his eyes, he's like, "Hey, this kid, we got to give this guy another year." So that might happen. Kuhn said, he's gone. I don't see him here, and if he does come back, it's going to be for a smaller fucking contract, if that.
Yeah.
Right. And then a lot of like these linebackers are probably going to be gone. I don't know if Jamal Adams sticks around. I doubt it.
Because every single linebacker is on a 1-year deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if these guys stick around necessarily, and that's also going to be up to whoever's going to come in as defensive coordinator, what type of guys they want to go ahead and bring in, who's available in free agency, who they want to go ahead and draft. So all that's going to be important, man. But I don't think necessarily we have to put all of our eggs in one basket for the offense, but we should invest heavily in that offense for sure.
I stand corrected. I thought Kyler Murray was here the year before Cliff came in, but they're saying Cliff did draft him. A few people said that. So Kingsbury drafted Murray, I remember, because we drafted Clem Farrell over Nick Bosa. It was the Toilet Bowl game when Gruden kicked the field goal to win it against the Cardinals. Good coach implements a scheme. Great coaches alters his scheme to the players he has at the time. Exactly.
100%.
So, and GFAM saying Murray was a stud in 2021 year with Kingsbury. 3,900 passing yards, 26 passing TDs, 819 rushing yards, and 11 rushing TDs. And the only problem with Murray is he's so small and he takes a beating, man. The kid always gets hurt.
But that's part of the system, right? And that's part of the quarterback or the coach developing it and saying, "Hey, you got to work this, you got to work that." I love what you're saying, Jeff. I think us putting a lot of heavy we need Big Dong John. We need Big Dong John out there freaking dropping down loads, freaking just out there freaking pimping these hoes. I'll be like, I need you to get out there and strut the street, John. I need you to get out there and freaking drop the dinero. You see Lindenbog, you say, "Hey, big baby, I got you right here." You fucking pull up the truck, you go out there and you invest heavily in your offensive line.
Yep.
Free agency.
Yeah.
Then you can do a lot of things with the draft. but we don't need Coupon John. I don't need discounts. I'm willing to pay full price for players that are going to come in here and make a difference. That's what John Spytek needs to realize. At the end of the day, we need to look at it and say, hey, man, we are a terrible team. We need to address our offensive line. If we're going to draft Mendoza, I said it in the show last night, in the show before, we need to address our team to be prepared to take on this young man. We can't just come out here and think because Mendoza gets drafted that all of a sudden we're going to turn into a playoff contender. That's what a lot of people think, that we're just a quarterback away. Hey, whatever y'all smoking, pass that shit, because that ain't the facts here, baby. We are more than one piece away. So we need to get that offensive line ready. We need to get guys ready. And then guess what? Do we need to spend some dinero on defense? Hell, motherfucking yeah.
Yeah, but priorities offense. I'm sorry. I just
absolutely.
And you know what? And this kind of goes in sync with what Money Chuck's talking about too. We've got the running back. If we can build that offensive line and turn this into a run-first team, which is ideally what I'd like to see us do, especially when you got the talent of Genty back there. Use him for his God-given ability, and let's run the ball. And then that also makes it easier for the quarterback too, especially if it's a rookie. Because it's automatically going to take the pressure off of him, because teams are going to respect the run, especially if we're feeding Genty and running it down their goddamn throat. And I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in another running back in this draft also as a compliment to Genty, so he gets a break every now and then, and he's not out there every goddamn play, and we don't kill this kid running the ball consistently. You hit them with a 1-2 punch, a thunder and lightning type bullshit. If we turn this into a running game first, I don't care. In all honesty, I don't care if Mendoza throws for 4,000 yards a season. I'd rather him throw for like 2,900 and Genty's running for 1,700 yards a goddamn season. Because you know why? Number one, the quarterback's going to last longer. You're a pure running team. He doesn't need to have crazy stats. And that's what people always look at quarterbacks. They're like, oh, he only threw for 150 yards. Did they win the game? Yeah. What did our running back have? Oh, running back had 175 yards. Well, guess what? I'm fine with that. We won the game. Running back had over 100 and something yards. Yeah, the quarterback didn't have a great statistical game, but we got the win. And he was efficient.
Interceptions.
Didn't throw interceptions. Didn't fumble the ball. What did he do mostly? Handed it off to Genty for 30 runs. I'll take that. I don't want to see this kid out there flinging the ball 50 times in a game. That's not what we need. We don't need a flashy quarterback that's going to throw for up 10 yards a season or a game. We need game management is what you need, folks. You need a game manager out there on the field, along with an offensive coordinator and a head coach that are on the same path or same page with that and moving this team forward in the right forward direction. You don't need flashy. Look at Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman is a perfect example of this. Everybody always said, oh, he must have been great in fantasy. He sucked in fantasy football for stats. Okay, he was mediocre at best in the stat category for football. You know why? Because they had a running game. He didn't have to rely on throwing the ball crazy amount of times in a game. He could throw up once to Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin will score a 40 or 50-yard touchdown. You know, you got a running game, man. That's most teams would kill for a running game like what we could potentially have.
Jeff, I'll just say it like this. What is the best friend to a rookie quarterback?
A good running game.
Bam.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why? Because a good running game puts you in good positions. A 3rd and 2 is a lot easier than a 3rd and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we look at that and we're going to say, hey, we want to remedy. We want to help Mendoza. What does that help? Hey, the play action game. It helps him not getting sacked as often, not getting hit as often. So at the end of the day, a good running game is a quarterback's best friend, especially when he's a rookie quarterback. You want him to succeed? Run the fucking football. That's how he's going to succeed.
We saw that yesterday with AOC, and I'm not an AOC fan by any means. I'm probably the opposite. But we saw that. Like, he struggled, like, his first throw, and then they just had him like hand off the ball. And then we saw the progression, like, all right, cool. This kid's going to start getting in the rhythm, starting to get loose
I
out there. He probably
expected
had the
him to get a
jitters.
slow start. He hasn't played all
Yeah.
season,
No,
you know. So first and foremost, his first series was not going to be,
no.
you know, a record breaker. I knew he was going to be a little weak out
Bro,
there at
he
start.
looked good. He looked
did.
good for
He really
getting
did.
freaking. He's been injured for 10 fucking games. The guy's
But I
barely
can't say
come
that
back
because
from that.
everybody will think like, oh, you want him
No,
to be
no,
the
no,
starter.
no. Hey,
No,
let's call
I'm not.
a spade, Jeff. Let's
No.
call a spade. He looked better than Gino, who started for 10 fucking games.
So it makes me wonder what could we have had if he would have been the one instead. If Gino would have got hurt week 1 and AOC was healthy and could have started from that point on, what could we have had? First of all, you got a quarterback that has a quicker release than Gino. And I saw it yesterday when he was in trouble and there was no place for him to go. Rather than take the sack, he threw the ball away out of bounds, not down the field where somebody could still pick it off like Gino would do. You know, Carr used to do that sometimes too, man. Just
Bro, he was
heat the
more
ball up.
decisive. He threw the ball.
He
Yeah,
was more
he threw the
decisive,
ball
yeah.
sometimes where guys weren't there because they don't have the chemistry. But was he decisive with the football? Fuck yeah. Was he
He
throwing
had some nice
strikes?
throws yesterday.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I mean, like he made some throws that I was impressed with. And guess what? At the end of the day, he didn't turn over the fucking football.
That's priority number 1, baby.
Interesting.
Been our weakness all season, and he didn't do it.
Yeah. And a lot of the guys that he did have chemistry, they were sat. They were already shelled.
Exactly.
You know, like he had limited reps with like Bash. It was all mostly preseason and training camp. I mean, obviously you have practice, but you know, it's not a real live game in-game scenario, you know. So it's like he really didn't have a lot of chemistry out there, you know.
No.
So he didn't have his regular guys. Trey Tucker, that mean he found him. You know, he was able to go ahead and hit Lockett, but you know, like he really didn't have a lot of chemistry out there with the guys that he normally runs with, right? But yeah, he managed that game pretty well, and I got to eat crow. He only got sacked once, and but also that was because they did run the ball heavy yesterday as well. So,
and you know what?
I
would take the 6 wins, wouldn't you?
Right
because
now,
it's an improvement from the prior year by 2 games. Okay, it's 2 games. It's better than being a downward 1 game. This year, we finished with 3 wins this year. Last year, we had 4. The only saving grace is the fact that we won yesterday is we're not on record of having 15 losses in the season, which would be an all-time high for us. We stopped at 14. So we've already been 2-14 at one point. Now we're 3-14. I'll take 3-14 over 2-15 any day.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Because that's a record I don't want to be.
And we got to beat the Chiefs,
bro. I fucking hate losing, bro. I don't want to be known as a fucking loser. 2-15, you're a worse loser than 3-14.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro, but I don't want to come in 100th place. You know, I'll take 99.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Matt says we'd have a better record, but still no. But anybody thought that we honestly were going to the playoffs?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Unrealistic.
Everybody wants to see the same thing happen with, like, Chicago did it this year. Okay. They went from one of the worst teams in the league to the playoffs. Washington did it the year before, last season in 2024. They went from bottom of the barrel to, did they make it to the championship game? Right?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Washington. Yeah. They made it to
Yeah.
the NFC championship.
So
They almost won, bro. They almost won.
Yeah. You're not going to get that. It's just not going to happen. It's an anomaly when that shit happens.
Yeah. But this is the thing that people have to realize. All these teams that you had just mentioned, they were like only like 1 or 2 pieces away from like getting to that next level. Yep. They brought in their coach. They're able to go ahead and get the pieces that they needed. And then you're starting to see that success. The only one is you see is Washington, but Jaden Daniels was down majority of that year. Like he got injured, he was down, then he came back and then got re-injured, and he's been on the shelf for like majority of the year. So literally, it's going to be 2026 is going to be his real sophomore year. Hopefully, he'll have a full season. I like the kid, and I keep an eye on him every now and then to see like how he's progressing and stuff, because that's a guy that we could have had at one point too. We weren't aggressive enough. Whatever you want to say, we weren't ready for him. But hey, this team will never be ready unless we take a fucking flyer. and I think you just have to go ahead and do that. But those teams were just a couple pieces away. They were. That's why you see it. Like that's why you see that happen, because they've already had like the infrastructure, and we just don't have that infrastructure. We still need a lot of work.
Yep.
If we had like I think if it would, things would be different. We had an offensive line, and we just needed maybe like a wide receiver one, and maybe get like another wide receiver, right? That would probably, and then the quarterback, and that would be different. I think we have some pieces defensively, maybe a couple pieces on that side of the ball, and then that would be cool. But we're just not there. We need work all around. That's just how it is right now.
I would look at this. If we want to model after Chicago, if we're looking at Chicago, look at what Chicago did. They got their quarterback. They traded back. They acquired picks. Now they had a shitload of picks and they drafted.
And they fleeced KC for offensive linemen too. Look how that paid out for them. And look what KC turned into.
Guess what we need to do? Fleece somebody else for their offensive linemen.
Yeah. Baltimore. Hey,
get our quarterback.
If they end up firing Hava, I'll tell you what, there's a better chance of us getting Linderbaum. He's going to want to get the hell out of there. He's not going to want to start over there with what, you know what I mean? He might be able to come over here and get more money anyway, too.
Yeah.
We got to throw money at him because Baltimore does not have the money. I think they got $10 million in cap space right now.
Yeah.
So unless they shed money off big time somehow, they're not even going to be able to afford what we're going to offer them. Because we're going to have to offer somewhere in the 20 mil, yeah.
Well, I think the writing was on the wall with that guy with the Ravens and Linderbaum, because they could have easily picked up that 5th-year option. They decided not to, and so I think they're probably going to let them test free agency. I hope that happens, and we'll hopefully we get something figured out by free agency, and then we can go ahead and swipe that dude, because that would be a big boost. That would be a big boost to go ahead and bring that dude in.
Massive boost. You kidding me?
Massive boost, yes.
Even if we just got him, I'm all for just go get Mendoza. Don't even waste your time. Just do it.
Because we already have some pieces that we can go ahead and explore. But you already have Miller as your left, and then if you get Linderbaum as your center, you're in decent shape. And if you get the right coach in,
as a starter,
one player of his caliber can elevate everybody else. That's the whole point. You bring in a bona fide top center like that, you automatically make everybody around you better.
Let me just put it like this, Jeff. You've mentioned this quite a bit. He's the captain of the offensive line. He makes all the calls. He makes all the adjustments for the offensive line. That's how important the center is. I'd be like, just upgrading that spot, letting JPJ do what he does, letting freaking him learn from Linderbaum if he wants to take over center one day. That right there solidifies 3 out of the 4 or 5 positions on offensive line. I'm like, that literally lets you run the ball to one side. If we can't do anything, you run behind the left side of the line.
Yeah.
So that makes a ton of adjustments. I agree with you. But again, we have to get our guys. If we don't get Lindenbaum, then what? Then who are we looking at?
Go to the draft at that point. If there's no other center out there that you deem that that's a free agent that you want to pull in here, because there's a couple in the draft that could be enticing, and you're not going to have to reach for them either. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is that kid Slaughter. If that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. If you're going to go Mendoza, you have to sink money into this offensive line, whether it be draft equity, draft capital, whatever you want to call it, or salary cap money by bringing in free agents. And even if it means, as much as I don't agree with it, even if it means moving JPJ back to center and just building up the other guys around him, then that's what you do. If the next head coach thinks that's what's going to be best based on JPJ's talent, and they think that he's a better center, I'm not going to question it. I personally think he's a better guard, but that's my opinion. I know I get a lot of pushback on that in the chat sometimes about, he should be center, primarily from Jack Kenna, who's dead center.
You know what? And if you do want to play him at center, then who are you going to bring in to play guard?
And that's not now. Again, it's that merry-go-round. We're going to move this guy here. Well, now who do we put here? This is like the old Abbott and Costello. Who's on first? Who's playing guard? Who's playing center? Who's playing tackle? Oh, I don't want that guy to tackle. We're going to put this guy away. We're just as bad as what we were this past season with the jumbling of the line. But you've got time now.
Yeah.
I want to see it. So week 1 of preseason, when we come out with that offensive line, that's the unit right there. Those 5 starting guys are the guys that they think are going to be the best to put us in the position to win games and move the ball down the field. And if they don't think that's it, then try. All I know is by week 1 of the regular season, it better be solved. Don't be doing this late in the season bullshit like we'll been doing.
We'll figure it out at the beginning. We'll figure it out after week 10.
If we have another press conference like that, I'm going to be in the garage searching for a rafter because I'm going to find the highest point in my garage and jump off because I'm not. No. That nearly wrecked me last year when I saw that press conference. At that point right there, that's when I said we're going to be shit this year. If this is his thinking and his philosophy on this offensive line, we're doomed. Yeah. We are doomed. And I said it out loud on a show, and here we are at the end of the season, and we were doomed all season. It never got better.
All season, no, it didn't.
Oh my God, I can't go through another one of
those. Was slightly better, but it was still bad.
I mean, we had our games where we looked good. You're right.
Yeah,
but we had our games where we were just horrible.
They look really bad.
I think they could have got beat by some high school teams, especially in Texas, because those kids are big and they're strong. High school kids,
bro. We were just not well coached.
No,
I'll be like everything, bro. We never looked prepared in a fucking game besides the fucking game in Boston, which they had all freaking offseason to be prepared for.
Yeah,
that's the only game.
Right, mm-hmm.
What's up, Primos? What's going on, bro?
Hey, what up, Primo?
Mike Guerrero, I'm not shouting until we get a new coach. Well, hopefully,
bro, you got.
Thank God you live far away from me. Go be stinky.
Yeah. Don't do that.
If they hire me, I will have to take a shower.
Eventually, shower, please.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just a grilled cheese. Wife surprised me with that. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even notice the time until just when she came in.
You better appreciate that grilled cheese, Mister. That's the grilled cheese. Fucking savor that like it's a fucking filet mignon steak.
There you go.
What are your feelings on the Spy-Tech Brady combo at GM? Do you think it will work out eventually? It's got to work out. It's got no choice. It has to.
You know what, Jeff?
They got one shot at this right now.
I like what you said.
Well, I say this that we got one shot because we get the number 1 pick, so they got to get this right. That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, the other thing that you said was that Brady needs to be the sounding board. It's not him going 50-50 and going like, hey, let's do this whole freaking interview together. Nah, Brady, sit in the back because you're only a 10% freaking time owner. Sit in the back and let Spy-Tech do what he does. If Spy-Tech goes, hey, what do you think? Then answer the fucking question. After that, bro, I think you got to let Spy-Tech do a majority of the lifting there. It has to be about 80-20.
Yeah.
That's my opinion for that to work. And I like that Jeff said that because Jeff was like, yo, why not have him there as a sounding board? Somebody that's just there as a face and bring in, and then you said it, Jay. Bro, he's a face. Bring in the people who I need. Hey, man, go out there and make the phone calls. I'm Tom Brady. I don't give a fuck that he's making the phone calls, but he can't have the final say or a 50-50 say on whoever we're hiring as a part-time owner.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Either you're all in or you're not, and that's the thing. And he's never going to be all in until this whole thing with Fox, or maybe he ups his percentage with the organization as far as how much he owns. But if you want this team to succeed, if you want to go ahead and really stay a part of football outside of like announcing, you got to be involved. And I think it's just too much of a distraction. There's too many handcuffs There's too much handcuffs that the league is imposing because of conflict of interest, supposedly, or whatever. So if that's the case, all right, cool. Well, go do your commentary thing. Go in your bag there, and you're getting passive income here. That's fine. And if they ask you a question, answer it, give your opinion. But don't go out and say, hey, this guy's gonna be heavily involved. When we know he's not, and that's the thing. But if Brady's gonna be there, and they have trouble bringing guys in the door, which I think that's gonna happen, you're gonna need that juice from Brady to go ahead and sway some of these guys to come in and in the interview. You might need that personal Midas touch. In other words, to be like, hey, bro, we're gonna do shit right this time again. Again.
So we said we need 3 new starters on this O-line. We can't be certain the guys we drafted last year can start. We need to approach free agency and the draft aggressively. I want some big guys too, and nobody under 3. Oh, definitely. Yeah, because you look at what we had this year with Parham. Parham's late in the ass, man. He was just getting bullied.
He's free agent this year.
Yep.
Yeah, thank God.
He's a free agent.
Yeah. Don't even have to worry about. Somebody asked, "Well, would you cut Parham?" Don't have to cut him. You just don't re-sign him. He's gone. He's a free agent. So
yeah,
bye.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. Because we said that last year and they brought his ass back.
Well, and Lincoln Kennedy said it, man. When we brought him on the pod, we're light in the ass. We were the lightest offensive line he's seen, and it looked like it game in and game out. We were getting bench pressed and worked all year long. So we need to put some fucking heavy dudes up front. We need to get the guys in the gym. Whatever it takes, bro. Whatever it takes. But yeah, we need to put some weight up front, man. We need to fucking upgrade. But 3 guys? 3 new guys? Bro, that's a lot.
It's a tall order, bro.
Yeah. I'd be like, I like that, Jeff.
I'm
said,
not
hey,
opposed
you know
to
what?
it.
We bring in Lynn. I'm not opposed to it, but
Not at all.
I'd be like, it's a lot. That's a tall order. We know that.
Yeah, but you gotta. I look at it this way. That was our overall weakness. There's no choice about it. Yeah, I know people will say quarterback. Our offensive line, that's where everything starts. It starts. John Madden always said this. It starts in the trenches. And our trenches weren't even trenches. They were just little gullies, maybe little scoops. Like if that was there was nothing. We had nothing basically all season long between injuries and just inability to play their position and just horrible play calling. Everything just culminated. It started with the trenches. I have no problem bringing in as many offensive line as you think that possible we could bring in here. Someone's got to hit. You're going to keep throwing shit against the wall till it sticks, and you nail down that starting 5. Okay?
So let me ask you, since we're on this subject, and I think what Moneycheck probably alluded to was veteran, right? So not rookie. Who would you bring in outside of Linderbaum?
Outside of Linderbaum, I did have a list up.
So you would need 2 more, right? And then I'm looking at the list, and there's a couple names that
Why is this so goddamn large screen? Okay. First of all, I'm not necessarily going youth either here. All right. I'm going for bona fide veteran offensive linemen. I mean, there are some decent names on this list that I would be all for. And it will cost us, unfortunately. So, I mean, right off the bat, obviously, it's Linderbaum is number 1. There's no 2 ways about it. If we're talking guards specifically, where is he? Shit. Guards. Oh, where the fuck did he go?
Who?
No, here is Evan Neal's in here. That's the one I was looking for.
Yes. Yeah, Evan Neal.
Evan Neal would probably be my top guard that I would probably try and go for. And he's not going to come expensive either. He's going to be on the cheap side. You're going to be able to get him for under 10. I think that's if they don't want to try and re-sign him. You could be in a bidding war. If you want to not so much go youth, and go with an older guy, you've got Cleveland's got 3 guys that are up for grabs right now. And we all saw what Judkins could do too with them. So you've got Batonio, you've got Teller. Those are both guards. You got Cam Robinson, left tackle. Now, these guys are all in their 30s. One's 30, one's 31, and the other one's 34. Then you got Tennessee. If you want to go for age with super experience, then you're going for a guy like, Isaac Siumalo. How do you pronounce his name? From Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
32. Zeitler from Tennessee, 35 and a half. You could even go with a guy that you're familiar with that we've had here before, and I think he's been fine with the Giants, and that's Elminor. He's 31. It's another option to bring a guy like that back. I think Van Roten is available again too, but he's a little bit.
I think so.
I think he's a little bit older. I think he's available.
You got Dave Edwards also available from.
But Neal's my first choice. If I'm going for a veteran free agent, Evan Neal. I mean, yeah, he is younger than most. He's 3 years into the league. But again, I'm all for getting a youth movement too with the offense. Think about it. If you were to bring him in, Linderbaum's only in the same age bracket. JPJ's a year or so younger than them. Glaze, jury's still out on him. Caleb Rogers, I think, is going to be a mainstay for a while. I don't think you're going to see him go anywhere. I think he's going to mature into something good for us. So the oldest one on the roster would end up being, and even Colt Miller's not that old, but he's got injury issues. That's the biggest. Yeah. That's the biggest problem with Miller. Mm-hmm. So there's ways to fix this offensive line, and don't forget, you still draft a few and bring a few in.
Yeah, you still draft maybe guys. A 3rd round. We have a lot of 4th round comps. I think. That's coming our way. You can get.
I wouldn't be opposed to grabbing another quarterback. If we take Mendoza, I'm fine with drafting another quarterback in this draft too, whether it's 4th round or beyond. Bring in some competition. Let's try someone else out. Someone that you want to take a flyer on and potentially could be the future backup behind Mendoza. You never know. It's all building for the future. So, and I told you, Raider Nation's got to be patient. Whoever comes in here. You cannot be already starting. If we start off 0-6, 0-7, 0-10, can't be like, oh, this guy's no good. We got to fight. Stop that shit. Stop that. We have to start somewhere, okay? And if we start off 1-7, 1-16 next year, stop. You have to let stuff build. With Pete, it was just a disaster from start to finish.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to be here long term. If you're serious about bringing in a younger coach, an offensive-minded head coach, and you want this team to be around and successful for years to come, you gotta give it time. And that is one thing Raider Nation is they are impatient. And it's society today too. Everybody wants it now, and this is the main reason right here. Because everything's at your fingertips right here, and you can, you want something to eat, call it up. They'll bring it here in 5 minutes. Uber Eats. You want to know what the weather is? Boom, 5 seconds. You already got the answer. Everybody's like now. It's just not going to happen that way. It takes time, man. Professional sports is its own anomaly when it comes to it needs time.
Yeah. And I think it's just because, we as a fan base, we just want that instant gratification, bro. I do. I wholeheartedly admit that, bro. But you kind of have to force yourself to be like, hey, we got to let this guy build his shit. And honestly, if we bring in a young coach who really hasn't really done it in that level yet, you got to give him about 3 to 4 years to really assess the progress of the team. Year 1 is probably not going to look pretty.
No,
it's going to be better than what this year was, but we're still not going to win a whole lot of games. But are the games that we play that we lose, is it going to be sloppy games, or is it games that we were competitive in it and it's just we just played a way better team, but we played clean football, and we've seen that in the past where it's just like we just weren't that good, but we played clean. We didn't play with so many mistakes. and that's kind of what you want to look for. That's how you do the eye test, And this year the eye test was just terrible for all of us to say, all of Raider Nation to say we just plain out just fucking suck. It's that bad, man. And then on the field, it was just evident. So that's why I think I say that the writing was on the wall that Pete was not going to be here. It's just everything was just sloppy. We looked worse than the prior year because bringing a new coach and having some of these pieces here, and we had the number 6 pick last year. We're in semi decent shape. We can build, at least we can start on the trajectory to build something and have a better season than 4-13, and we didn't do that. We had a way worse season than that. It looked awful at times.
What's up, Silver Smoke? Welcome in, brother. Long time no see, man.
I know.
Somebody said it. Yeah, instant gratification. That's what it is. I couldn't think of the words.
Yep.
My mouth was moving faster than my mind was for a moment. It turned into Will for a second.
Damn. Shooting shots today, huh?
I'm just so happy right now. That's all. It's just this is a move that was needed to be made, and they didn't wait. And I'm just glad that they didn't. So get that ball rolling. Let's go. I want instant gratification. I want a coach now. Don't wait. I want it by the end of the day.
Well, I'll be like, shoot, that's tough because all the good coaches are still coaching right now.
Yeah. If
we were to announce a coach right now, bro, I would be concerned because that means we just got somebody that no one had on their map.
Yep. Yep. And that means exactly opposite of what I suggested. No due diligence was done. We just went, we want you. You want to be coach? Yeah, I'll take it. All right, come on in.
Yeah. Well, now we have to go through that process. So now we have to,
why are we worried
a lot
about
of
paying
interviews
10 coaches? Who cares?
Hey, he's not even. It's not a
your money.
Fan. It's not a Raiders fan. I just brought it up there because I think it's funny when someone says that. Hey, I don't care. It's not us paying for it as the fans. It's not a salary cap.
Yeah.
It's Mark Davis paying for it. So that's his money. He does what the hell he wants with it. It has no effect on me whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we could potentially have even more too, Silver Smoke. There's a chance that we could make some moves.
Yeah.
But that also means if we make some moves with what we have now for draft picks, meaning the number 1 pick, that means we ain't probably getting Mendoza. So just remember that. As much as people still want to move back, if your goal is to get Mendoza, it ain't going to happen if you trade out of that because people only want that pick for a reason.
Yeah.
You trade with the Jets, that's who they're taking. I can tell you that right now.
That's who you're going to take to freaking the shed. You got to take them out to the shed, freaking. Take that BTA out there and freaking belt to ass the Jets. I'd be like, get some picks. If you're going to get 6-7 picks,
what's up,
I ain't going to be mad at you.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm on board with Kubiak. I think, Will, you were, right?
Yeah.
Jay was what, LaFleur, correct?
I'm LaFleur, and then my second pick is Kubiak. And my third is Brady. Brady's my third.
Brady from Buffalo.
Yeah, so those are my top 3 guys that I'm looking. Any of those 3 guys, I would be ecstatic. I don't know. Unless they bring in like AP back, then I'll be pissed, bro. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
If they bring AP back, I'm gonna be like exactly like you, bro. What in the fuck are we doing?
Bueno, you asked what head coaching jobs are available right now. The list is Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Cleveland Browns, the Raiders, the Giants, the Titans are all looking for coaches. General managers right now is Miami and Atlanta. Miami has put requests. Okay, that was them. Let's see. Tennessee's putting requests for coaches already. Nagy, Joseph, Spagnuolo, and Anaramo. Giants have actually Mike Kafka is who they're going to interview first. Yep. Nothing listed for Arizona, Atlanta, Cleveland, or us yet.
Hold on. Damn it.
We shall see what happens from here on. We've been on for 2 hours. I'm about ready.
Like I'm about to say, damn, we beat this horse to death today. Hey, but you know what, Jeff? I'm excited. I'm excited that Raider Nation is excited for all the things that are happening. And I mean, like, we were on the show last night with Jay. And I'm telling you, I was demanding that Spy Tech come out, and he's come out of firing. I mean, like, literally, he ain't holding back. He's now with the statement we know that Spy Tech is going to be involved, that management is actually going to make the decisions, and that next year we shouldn't see the same dysfunction. I'd be like, this was dysfunctional from the top down because Brady hired Chip Kelly. This guy was answering to that guy. Now there's one chief. And now we can all look at John Spytek and say, hey, man, we're either going to be successful because of you or a complete failure because of you.
Brian Daboll's. Jay, you got anything coming up? I think we're going to call it. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna run it back later this evening with Primos. We're gonna do a special Raiders Unfiltered Pete special.
Nice.
What?
We'll run it back. We'll do a little short stint. We won't do 2 hours or 4 hours like we did last night. You know,
this is like a breaking news thing, so this is a little different.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not normally on a Monday morning.
Yeah, me neither, bro. But yeah, we did a 4-hour show yesterday. So yeah,
Dude, I was on all day yesterday. I was exhausted. By the time you were done, I was just sitting here going, ugh.
I know. An hour and a half today because I came in late. You guys already had started. So we'll run it back and I'll do a primo. So I'll probably be around 6:15. I'm sorry, 5:15 Pacific. Pull up, make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about Pete. We'll talk about the head coach of candidates, how this offseason is going to go ahead and start shit. I said it. I fucking said it. Like, one Pete's gone is going to change shit. And yep. Now we're on this roller coaster ride again. So,
yep.
You know, at least I know how, at least we know how to navigate it in a sense, you know. So hopefully the front office makes the right decisions and does it right this time going into this offseason. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully good things happen.
Will, what do you got?
Man, I'm running it back with Primo and I guess Jay now because I had that message this morning and I'm like, I didn't know what time we were doing it, but Jay just said 6:15. So if we're gonna run it back at 6:15, we're running it back at 6:15.
We're gonna do a short one. We're not doing a long one. We're not doing 2 hours.
This is what he says now. This is what the man told me last night. Hey, I'm telling you, Jeff, this man told me hey, man, we just gonna do a short one. No biggie.
I didn't say that we were gonna do a short one last time. In my mind, I was like, cool, we're gonna do 2 hours, and then it turned into like a whole 4-hour fucking thing. And I'm like, God damn, bro. You know, but we talked a lot. We talked about a lot of stuff. So
we predicted the future. Bro, we predicted the future. That's why you guys gotta watch the show.
I had to look back on that release that the Raiders did. It was like 9:14 our time.
I'll be right back. I need to pee so bad I can't hold it.
8:15 West Coast.
I'm telling you, called it, bro. We called it on the show. That's why y'all gotta lock in, man. Raiders Unfiltered predicted the future last night. We're gonna come back tonight. We're gonna rerun it up, and we're gonna tell you guys exactly how we predicted the future. And now we're going to be looking into the future for new things, man. It was exciting times. And look at this morning, man. I know Raider Nation woke up hyped up like I did, man. Hey, man, I wish I would have taken some coffee this morning because I'm telling you like this, bro. I would have been bouncing off the walls. I'd be like, Pete Carroll got fired 8 a.m. Sharp. I wish I could show the picture. Where is that picture, man? Hey, I'm going to add this picture to the stage. You see, this is what Pete Carroll got this morning, baby. Hey, Spy Tech straight giving that BTA boot outside. Raider Nation gets hyped up. Raider Nation, Raiders Unfiltered. Y'all already heard. That's where we predicted this, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did the post game yesterday, so we'll run it back for the Unfiltered show today. We'll go ahead and go more off the wall this time. We already go off the wall, bro. I don't think there's another level of getting off the wall between all three of us, dude. So yeah, well, make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that. It's gonna be a fun one. We'll go ahead and chop it up on Pete. What led to that, and then what's next for this organization moving forward into this off season now, not only with the number one pick, but a new coach that will be coming in and possibly leading us in, hopefully, back to a competitive ways in the upcoming future. So we'll see what happens with that. But that, man. It's crazy. I was like waiting for it, and then sure enough, like I had to like look up and look. I looked at my phone, and I'm like, oh shit, it happened.
Did that? Yeah, Mitch must. That's gonna be one of my greatest works. It just came out perfect.
That was pretty.
I love it,
fire, bro. Yeah.
Should we just end the show with that right there? Like put it up and be like,
that was Pete's. That was Pete's official goodbye.
Yeah. So, Will, what else you got going on this week?
Tuesday, gonna be on the Most Notorious podcast, man. We're gonna be lighting it up. We're gonna be bringing all the new information, talking about coaches, all sorts of stuff. Then after that, man, I'm pretty much chilling all week, trying to jump on whatever podcast we got going on. And you know what? If y'all want me on there, hit me up.
Second to last. Oh, here it is. Raider Will turns a 1 hour live stream into 10 hours because he just keeps going and going and going and going.
Relax, bro.
I'll tell you what. You know what? Well, it's too bad that you weren't around earlier in the year last year. Like I didn't know you until like after May when we did some of our marathon. Jay remembers some of our marathon Friday night shows. We're talking like 9 hours, 8 hours,
bro.
Yeah, I did one. I did one. 9 hours. We did.
Yeah, we started one at 9 o'clock at night, and I didn't log off until had to be 7 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, it was sunny out already by the time we shut it down.
I'm gonna tell you guys like this. This offseason is gonna be the same way. Lots of movement, man. Lots of stuff gonna be happening. New head coach.
Hey, brother, what's up, my guy?
GM is gonna be locked in. I'll be like, hey, we're gonna be talking draft. I mean, we have the number one pick.
Yeah. I'll put that back up. But just as I'm putting chats up, I can't see Jay's face. He gets blocked out, so that's not fair to him.
No, that's all right.
Let's see, guys saying they did Pete wrong, but not letting him resign. BS. He should have known to resign in the press conference. Yeah. He could have walked in and go, I quit. I'm retiring. Bye. And then just walk out.
Bro, when you don't have to resign at a certain time. If he knew the writing was on the wall and you don't want to get fired,
he knew already. He had to have known already. Come on,
bro. Hey, you got the first round draft pick. Improvement. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's your reward for being so awesome this year. We're giving the Raiders the number one draft pick overall. So, all right, we're gonna call it quits for the day. You will catch me on tomorrow night along with Will on the Most Notorious podcast at 10 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific. We do have a president's meeting tomorrow night for TBH. So as soon as that meeting's over, we pretty much go live after that. And then Wednesday night, the Raider Connection is back. That's why I did this one as a Raider Connection show today, because I knew Jay was probably going to pop in. Leo wanted to do the live. So this was kind of like an impromptu Raider Connection show right now. And we added Will into the mix. So Will's being Nate right now, basically.
Yeah,
but yeah, the Raider Connection will be back on Wednesday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. You'll see myself. You'll see the gentleman on the other end there, Jay from Just Raiders, baby. You'll see LV Raider 10, Nate, and you will see Chidolinus back on for the first time in 3 weeks now? We've been off for the last 3 weeks, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's been a while, and what a way for us to come back. Coming back
I know. Right?
coming back at the end of the season. Leo was at the game Sunday, saw a win, so I'm sure he'll talk about his experience this past weekend, either Wednesday night or he'll talk about it tomorrow night. But we got a lot to talk about because the four of us have not been together on screen. We've been individually together here and there, spread out, but we have not been back on, all four of us, in a long time, and this is going to be a fun one Wednesday night. Thursday night, it's Nate and myself on Coast to Coast, and then Friday, my new show, second episode, No Huddle. If you're a fan of any NFL team, come on into the chat. You want to get on screen, I'll drop the link for you. If you tell me you want to come on, I'll give you the link. You come on with me. We'll go one-on-one. We'll talk about your team, whether it's the Bears, the Bills, the Pats. I don't give a shit who it is. You're more than welcome. So that's all I've got. Let's see. Jeff and Jerry Lewis running marathon shows. Yeah. What's up, Savage? Hey, make sure on Wednesday nights, too, you get over to the cage match with Raider Savage and Asylum. It's a funny-ass show. They add some serious humor into it. They're two guys that have such a good time talking Raiders, talking news. I think they've got Peggy Holmes on this Wednesday night, I believe. Right, Savage, if you just confirm that, I believe that's what it is. So make sure you look for the cage match with Raider Savage and Asylum because it's a fun-ass show. CMN News, yes. The cage match news is hilarious. So, yeah, check those guys out, man. Give them some love, man.
No doubt.
But, yeah, I think Peggy's on with them. So, yes, Peggy will be there, he says. Confirmed.
Nice.
And I also have to rub in the fact that he had his first fantasy football.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
Champ is here.
The champ is here. Boom, boom, boom. The champ is here. Boom, 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 boom.
Let me see. I want to put his link up too. Hold on. What the fuck? Why can't I find his? Savage, if you've got your link, drop it in the chat and I'll just put it up there too. I can't find it in my list. What the hell? Oh, there it is. I got it. Just found it. There it is. There's the link. So make sure you guys get over to that channel. Hit that sub, hit the notifications, sub, like, the whole 9 yards. Make sure you guys go visit them. They need some love over there.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, everybody, Will, you got a real final thought? I got to hear what you got to say at the very end of this. I'm going to give you the last word.
Woo! Last word, baby. Johnny Spytek, you out there doing work, put in that BTA this morning. I hope you're drinking some coffee. I want you to get your super juice going. Get your Raider Wheel juice going, baby. I need you to make some phone calls. Be Big Dong John. Freaking get out there in free agency and attack the day. Every single morning, attack the day, baby. We are going in the right direction, and let's go Raiders!
Stay safe.
Raider Nation. It's time to connect. Leo, Jay, Nate, Jeff, right. Yeah, silver and black. The crew is insane. Breaking down the madness before you can blink. Another week, wow, another storyline. But the Raider connection keeps it all in line. From Vegas lights to the East Coast grind. We talk that truth, no filter, no rewind. Four voices strong, so buckle in tight. It's time to bring the nation to life tonight. This is the Raider Connection Show, where the silver and black stories flow. Leo, J, Nate, and Jeff on go, breaking every play down blow by blow. R-N-4-L, you already know. Welcome to the Raider Connection Show. Leo with the facts, breaking down the scene. Jay brings a fire, keeping takes real mean. Nate on the road with the vibe and the view, and Jeff swings heavy when the nation needs truth. Wins or losses, we show up proud, raising Raider Nation, loud and loud. Hit that chat, pull up, don't wait. This is family, this is connection, this is fate. Silver shields up, the energy grows. Four voices united everywhere that it goes. Every first down, every heartbreak hit. Raider Nation stay locked, we don't quit. This is the Raider Connection Show, where the silver and black stories flow. Kaleo, J, Nate, and Jeff on go, breaking every play down blow by blow. R and 4L, that's how we roll. Welcome to the Raider Connection Show. So grab your drink, hit subscribe, let's ride. Raider Nation strong, we never divide. From kickoff to the final echo, you're tuned into the Raider Connection Show. Hey! You're tuned into the Raider Connection Show.